All right. I'm back. So, oh, actually, let's upgrade to the latest version of Unity for this project, so I can remove the other one. Upgrade confirmed. Restart. What? What is that? How? That is TikTok starting to play sound when I hover over shit. Isn't that super weird? Come on, Unity, show up. Come on. Kidding me? Is this how I start the stream today, apparently? Of course, there is some shit. What is this? Can I not? Yeah, I can still play it. Cool, so I tweeted out yesterday about this new thing we added. I think it plays really well with combination there, but apparently I... Oh, come on. Here we go. No! Go claw, claw. No. Claw. Rail. I feel like we're due for a simplification here. Kind of. Hey, Mind Rage, what's up? Make things a little bit like less convoluted. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yesterday I took the second shot of COVID vaccine, so I was a little bit tired. I haven't had any big, like, anything major, but I combined that with trying to make Hellas of the Demons. I didn't grow an extra arm, no. But upgrade Hellas of the Demons to the latest version of Unity that works with Nintendo Switch SDK, and that was like it was horrible on every on every step of the way. It was like really not a nice experience, but I finally got it working. So now I just got to figure out what I want to do in terms of upgrades, updates for Switch, and try to get the game through lot check, as they call it there, so we can get a more recent update. So that was yesterday. So today I feel really good, and one of the reasons is simply that I got that working, and also I talked about it before, but I've been trying to lose weight, and like it's sometimes it's going well, and sometimes it's a little bit slow. Even though I'm not a terrible like I don't eat. I eat probably too little rather than too much, and I'm not sure why I don't lose weight. But today, my first time under a certain kilogram. It's been like weeks since I thought I would do it tomorrow, and I got it finally today by a couple of 100 grams, which is nice. Yeah, I actually had kebab salad yesterday. Ah! I also got my new setup. It's not perfect, but it's gotta be hard to film this, but I don't have that big massive foot over here for my monitor. Instead I got this monitor arm that's really strained, but it does work, so that's something, at least. Yeah, it's like infinite desk space. The old one is Look at this. It's so friggin' big. It's from here. It's like a meter wide or something. It's crazy. So that one, that was really nice. I've tried before, but and it's so heavy the screen. So yeah. So the question is what we do today. Okay. My sound card just disconnected when I connected my my drawing tablet. We have a couple of things that I want to do. Slight procedural floor generation, and I want both the layout and spawns. Oh wait. To be, because I feel like I know how this this game runs now. It would be nice with just a little bit of like variation in enemy spawns, and maybe like if you have some obstacles, you could kind of hide behind it for when enemies shoot, and you can do things like that. The problem, of course, becomes if the enemies will need what's it called, like pathfinding to get to you. I think I might be able to just get around that with some simple logic, or I could actually use pathfinding. Not impossible either. So this whole thing here is like well, it served its purpose, but I feel like it would be nice if we had a little bit more variation. If we're looking to make the game more replayable, which is what I want. And yeah, both like on which enemies will spawn and how the level is laid out. Also something that I'm good at and something that I like doing, so that's something we could do. And I think we should like simplify everything so that we have this is part of it, like figure out which stats exist, maybe make a lot fewer stats, and the economy needs to be simplified. I don't like that that prices go up in the way they do, and where we have like the reroll cost increasing in that way, and so on. So I feel like we could simplify this, make it more intuitive, have like larger, or rather smaller numbers, like A skill could cost like 1 coin for the first level and then like 3 for the max level or something. Instead of like dependent on which level you're on and so on. There is the whole like currency drop system which makes you move around the level, but I feel like maybe there should be another way of doing that. But I mean, maybe like clearing a level. We should look at how Snake RX does it, because that system seems to be working pretty well, and that's like you never have more than like 50. That's at the end of the game where you can kind of reroll. So reroll is 1. We can actually boot it up and or check the source code even. Though it might be that's not the one. Main maybe? It's just see if there's like a. It's probably easier to just look at the start the game up and see how it scales. Oh, they have changed things. Turn off this. Yep. Arena run. They changed it quite a bit. So we have 3. You can buy those maybe. So here the gold is like you start with 3 gold and then you can buy some stuff. And you can reroll for 2 gold and then you can upgrade the shop. And then you play 1 level. It starts out very easy. I think my game could learn a lot from this. Like it doesn't. Here we go. How much did we get for this? Gold gain 3. We got 3 gold for like 1 level. I don't know that I want any of these because there's no synergies. But I would like more. We'll see. Oh, this is no New Game Plus too. But yeah, I just want to see like how much gold do you get for each level, and I'm kind of ramming into these now because why not? Now we get 3 gold, no interest. Oh, here I can get double archer. So I'll buy all this. Like you see how easy it is to kind of figure it out. when you have lower numbers. It's less like futzing about with bullshit. So it seems like in this game you get 3, and then usually at this stage in the, I would expect you get more and more. Per level or something. Let's see how it works. Oh! For some reason we get this now. Dot damage. Enchanter. Six gold this time. And this is on level 4. Okay. And also the shop kind of max, no, upgrade. Okay. Things are still costing like 1 and 2, which I think is cool. And we have 7, not 700 or 349. It's easy to know like which these numbers are. We don't have use for these right now, so let's see if we can get some economy going. I like how short the levels are too. I think I should. This is another reason for procedurally generating the level spawns, because then I can easily tweak like the difficulty curve, or more easily tweak it by just changing it out. And then like in the end, if I wanted to, I could just export the. There I got 4. So I got less gold for this one than the previous one, which is weird. I don't understand that. Carver, very little. Maybe this is when I start re-rolling. Arcanist. This one actually adds some kind of +8 chance for enemies to drop gold on death. This is another way of doing it. So like, hey, Spires, welcome. We're looking at Snake RX for inspiration of the economy and stuff for robes. Have a good lunch, man. I saw the announcement of a Kickstarter. How excited are you about that, if you're still here? Terrified, yeah. It's not a bad bad thing to be like. Yeah, it can be inside. Tuxedo. Okay, so let's not do a full run of this, but I'm just saying it makes sense to keep numbers down and simplify things. Make it easy to think about these numbers. Like you're right, Mindrage. Fractional coins are easy, or like larger numbers makes it easy to tune. Like if you want to add the 10% or remove. But yeah, there I got like 1 million gold for some reason. Let's get cozy here. It's Space diarrhea. Mana make a good currency. I've thought about mana, and the way I set up. So let's stop this now. But you see the numbers. It makes sense to me to have those low numbers. The way I set up the claw rail combination is that whenever you get a hit with the claw, it recharges 33% rounded up of the charges of all the other spells. So you can shoot once and then you gotta recharge. And if you got the level 2 rail, you get like 2 charges, right? So you can do two quick, blah blah blah. This? Thank you. I don't know what a fade haircut is. The thing I feel right now is that the game, once I did this, like added the melee capabilities, it made the game a lot more skill based and a lot less, like I don't care as much for the shop anymore, and I think that's bad. We need to make sure we don't lose sight of the shop, because I think that's like what the game is, how this version of a top-down twin stick thing, how it makes this game a little bit special. So we want to make sure that the shop is interesting enough. And I had these ideas. Let's go to... Where is it? Robes. Idea of different spell classes, and then you would combine them in different ways to... but I feel maybe it's... a gradient between your hair and your head. Okay, cool. It's supposed to not be like that. How do I look? It's like more of a actual... I don't know. My girlfriend does my hair. I haven't been at a hairdresser's for a couple of years. I need to get this looked at soon. But anyway. So one way I was thinking about simplifying is to I guess you just look at which upgrades there are and make sure there's not like cooldown speed and haste. Maybe it should just be haste and makes it a little bit easier. And then haste works together with some stuff better than others, so you can make some kind of informed decision. Hey Rob, what's up? The cooldown speed now affects this, so I can shoot a little bit faster. But haste affects the whatever that spell is called. Oh, pine. Break was great. Bouncy, like, yeah, that works with this really well. It's okay with some other stuff, like the other pew 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 spell, or Arcane Bolt, as it is known canonically. But it's really good with high level Nova and Bounce and Piers, for example. Just tuning crits, for example, could be a really good like simplification, because it feels like you don't know when you're critting. We don't show the actual numbers. 14 hours and I finished it. It's a great... Oh, I got this. I didn't realize that was a thing. I was trying to line up the forest spirits, but yeah. Yeah, I really liked Death's Door. It's one of the reasons I added the slash, actually. I did not 100% it. I just finished, or I shouldn't say finished, because some people think that I made Death's Door, apparently, on the Discord. I should say I... Shit, what is the correct... Oh yeah, I've watched the secret ending, true ending, on YouTube, though. I don't think that's something I wanna. Maybe maybe I'll do it. I don't know. I think it had a perfect length. I spent as much time as I wanted on that game, and it was nice. You can spend more. You can spend more time if you want to. I think I actually played like, I don't know. I think you can clear the game in a couple of hours if you're not as bad as me. I love that it's not longer. I would love for them to make like an extra area or something like that as a DLC or something. I'd pay for that. Anyway, we need to clean this up. Somehow, and I'm always in the mood for some procedural generation, and I was thinking we could spice up the levels a little bit. So let's start up Photoshop and think about some things visually. Oh, by the way, peeps, Himbon, yeah, it is sort of Tiny Wizard, and it's gonna be even more like Tiny Wizard once I get the elevator in here. So it's like a tower. You go up or down. I don't know if it's a tower. Why does Sense Labs? What? It forgets the... What the heck? Oh. Portion. Define screen area. Here. Through... here. Okay. Yep, that's more or less correct. Let's create some kind of come on. 5,000 by 4,000 is a good size for me. So my thinking is this. See if I can remember how to draw. My thinking is this: each room would start off like this, like a square of a certain dimension. Come on, no. And then in the center we would have a plate that's an actual elevator. So we'll have some kind of thing like this. And then I always like making things symmetrical. So let's work with that. And then what I was thinking was almost exactly like what we do in the Boomerang game to make the levels, where you kind of just add random little rectangles. Okay, this sticky keys. Wait. So I click that, and now it takes a while. Oh well. Good. Okay. So we could add like a couple of rectangles like this. And then we would like trace the outside edge. Which gives us something like this. Gives us a random room shape, and maybe we could also, like later on, add little holes and maybe even walls. So holes you can dash across, and walls will stop player and enemy projectiles, sort of. Could be collapsing walls like in Hades. Like we could do. Let's just keep it super simple, but we could do something like this, and then we keep the not teleporter, but the elevator here in the center that'll like go up or down. We'll figure it out. Little pillars somewhere. We also have those things on the walls that stick out that you can kind of get stuck on, which may or may not be the optimal design for this game. So this is a super simple way of making a level layout that would work, and then we would like grab this tile map and just add in spawn points where enemies can spawn, and then we have our levels. And then I would, yeah, I hate the columns too. I think we should figure out another way of doing it. Maybe there is, because the walls look like this, so in 3D we would have like something like, or seen from the side, the walls look like this. I'm thinking maybe adding a bit of trim that's like this, and then the pillars kind of go inside of the trim. So in 3D we would have the wall, we would have the trim on the bottom, and then the pillars kind of don't. Wait, that's not how it looks. It's something like this. The character has a capsule hitbox, so that's not the issue. But yeah, so this doesn't protrude a lot. It's just like a thing. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Like you get stuck on them and it's not very fun. By the way, people, let me ask you this. If you close your eyes and think of an apple, try to visualize the apple, can you really see it in front of your eyes? Like, I close my eyes, I try to see an apple. Can you actually see it? It looks like a butt. Faith can actually see the apple. Can you see it, Himbot? Fine. Mind. Sildered. You usually only see the wireframe spinning. Balor can see it. See it deep in my heart, yeah. Because, like... Kinda? Yeah. So... I wasn't aware of this. I saw this on YouTube yesterday. And I realized I probably have what they call like aphantasia, which is the inability to visualize things in your brain. And it was like, what? So when people say they can visualize things, they actually see it. For me, like, it's entirely black. I don't see shit. Doesn't matter if you open or close your eyes. Yeah, I think I almost have an easier... I can visualize things easier if I keep my eyes open, I think. But, yeah. So it turns out not everyone can... Or... people seem to be able to do this that I can't do, which is really weird because I've always seen myself as a really visual person. Yeah. So I can draw just fine. Aphantasia, siblings, regalia. I had this conversation with my girlfriend last night. When we were going to bed, and it was like she didn't either really, like, we got into the semantics of it, like when you say visualize, do you actually see it? And none of us could like really formalize that thought. And she was like, yeah, but they're not really seeing it, it's just that they can come up with what they saw afterwards when you ask about the apple or whatever. But I don't think she can see. Maybe she has the same kind of thing I got then. It's really, really weird. I'll be 40 next year to come up with this revelation now. Heck. Not really Pine Stark, like, but so the numbers say that it's like 2 to 3% that can't see shit. and most people are in the higher, like from 7 to 10 on a scale, and I'm at 0 through 1 maybe. You can't imagine any colors, but you can see shapes and maybe like where the light comes from and things like that. I don't know what to do with this knowledge, but it feels like it explains a little bit about how I draw and so on. So maybe it's useful somehow. Now you get, just by using your imagination, I can see apples in the real world. Like I could draw an apple. Like if I were to draw it, I would like see if I can draw an apple, but I don't see it in my mind's eye before I draw it. It's like coming out on the page. Like it's sort of a realistic version of an apple. It's not very good, but like I can get the shadow in there. Like that's not the problem. The problem is when I try to see the apple in my mind before, it's really hard. Yeah, apparently people can see a clear image in their mind. But to some degree, I feel like this is so weird that it almost cannot be true. Like I feel like I'm getting punked or something. Is it more interesting with an elevator that goes up or an elevator that goes down? Yeah, I got an inner voice, and like if I close my eyes and I can kind of hum a melody in my head. That I can do. I can sort of hear it. But I can't see shit. More interesting if it goes down. It's more dungeony if it goes down. To the depths. So this is what I'm thinking. We'll have levels that come at in this thing, and each level should have a new, well, you would have much more levels than this. Maybe it's like double the number or 3 times the number. I don't know. So this would be level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6, and so on. I'm thinking 5 biomes would be nice. And then each biome is made out of 1 through, well, it is like, so we got 1 1 1 1 2 1 3 1 and then the boss for 1 at 1-4. So that would be like 20 levels, 20 shops. And we get like 4 levels worth of each tile set. Potentially 4 levels and a boss room. It would give us 25. It's somewhere in there. That's the length of the game I would like to see. I feel like going down would be easier from a production standpoint. It's like less. I don't have to have backgrounds. It could just be darker and darker. If you have windows, I mean, yeah, it's probably just the color outside the window. Not sure. But I want to keep this super simple, this thing. A boring shape. But okay, so we generate all these levels. Maybe we do that on startup or as we go through them on demand. Hello, Lawrence. Same Pine Stark. Hey, Lawrence, you're because you're an artist. Maybe more people are artists in the chat, but can you actually see things when you close your eye? What I said to the other people. Like, when you close your eyes and you think of an apple, can you actually see the apple in front of you? Yeah. This is so weird to me. Like, we find out that a couple of people in the chat are like me who can't see shit. I can't see memories either, I think. The weird thing for me is that I'm a visual thinker. So I have a hard time. I think this is actually happening. Like, I have a hard time thinking about things if I can't see them. So if I want to figure out some math thing, and I have like a vector that's pointing in some direction, I actually, if you look at the VODs, I often do this where I take my fingers and I look at it. It's amazing that I'm not living on the streets now that I think of it, because I kind of can't see the points or the direction in my head. I have to actually like show it to myself in Photoshop or on like with my fingers or something. That makes me understand and see it, but it's really hard for me to think up that image in my head. So apparently it's called aphantasia, and I learned about it yesterday, and I'd never realized that most people can actually see what they're thinking of. I remember like watching, or when we were in my last apartment, when we were we wanted, it was like all the walls were white and we didn't have any art on them or anything, so we were, yeah, let's try to figure out how this should look. And I remember it being really hard to imagine how things would look, so I made a Photoshop sketch of like our living room, and then I can like design it, but I have to kind of see it. It's so weird. I don't know. Okay, we should try to get some work done here. Let's try to take this simplified. There it is. Very simple floor generation and code it up, and yeah, there seems to be ways to maybe train it. I'm not sure. So let's create a scene. Call this like level. Before we do this, let's also check fork. Wrong. This one. Did. What have I done here? It's tuning the slash, I guess. Remove the level generation one. We don't need that. Good. Let's open this level generation scene, and then we'll do it the normal way I do shit. Wait, oh, we don't need that. We can do it this way. Create an empty. We don't want this on. Put it at 0, 0, 0. And then we want to create our scripts here. Scripts. And let's call this like floors. And create a floor generator. Floor generator. Cool. So we've done this before. It's weird, huh? Pine Stark. I never. Yeah, it seems like people can actually see, like. I've asked a couple of people who are like me. Like it seems like most of the people in my circle, or most, I've asked like 3-4 people, and people I know, and they're like me, like low on that. It's called something, but the aphantasia scale. So if you're at 0, you have like total. I think I'm close to it, like 0 or 1. I can kind of draw contours of things as they happen. If I close my eyes, I can like draw a banana or something, and it's like the lines disappear really quickly after I've drawn them. Like I can draw, and then like before I'm at the top of the banana, the half of the line is gone. Oh no, it's totally fine. It's been occupying my mind like crazy yesterday and this morning. And it's hard to kind of imagine that we see things so different, or we don't see things at all, you and me, Pine. And some people can actually, like, people say that they can actually see things in the real world. Like if they look at a person and they imagine an apple on their head, they could actually see the apple on the head. Yeah, I think I'm similar with it's sort of seeing it as sort of feeling it. Weird. You have aphantasia. Yeah, it's weird. Let's make this thing happen now. Vector 2 int size. I think I want to do this instead. Let's have a tile class. I kind of want to have a dictionary. Maybe I can do this. Dictionary of vector 2 int and int tiles. And then I want to just fill in this with zeros where there are things. So for wait, I reversed those. Set it to 1. I don't know. I set it to 0. And then we don't care because if it just in there, we can just draw a cube at that position for now, and then we can have different like wall and floor and outside and whatever. And this P should also be flipped, so it's x0, actually minus 0.5, 1. Something like that, and then we need to say void, no, we actually need to say on validate, generate int, generate seed. Try this. Quiet. It's checking in on my I'm trying to build a TikTok presence. With this. Okay. This is right. Go away. Floor generator, and then we do this. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't really work. Why? Because we have 0 size, so 10, 10. Look, here's our floor layout. Cool. Maybe it's easier to see if we do draw wire cube. Cool, so now we can just like add random public int boxes. Box count 5, and then we do like let's do this also. Public void set tile vector 2 int p int t, and then we do sort of this, and I think what we can do is actually do this. I'm not sure if vector 2's if I create 2 vector 2's, let's try this actually. Debug log test new vector, wait, v1 new vector 2 int 10 10 and v2. Are these equal? Will this work? It's true. Okay, so that works probably. They're considered the same object, so that probably means we get the same tile back from this. Good. So now we can do tiles p equals t, and then we can have this public public bool mirror equals what? True. And if mirror is on, we can also set tiles new vector 2 int p.x, but take that minus, and p.y equals t. So now we set our tiles. So instead of doing this, we can just do set tile, and then we pass along 0 there. And then we can do like for int I equals 0, I is less than box count I plus plus, and then we generate a box. So position is going to be somewhere within within the size, I guess. So this is where we're going to need x random for x random seed. Position is new vector 3 vector 2 int, sorry, and then we do random dot range from 0 through size x, yes, and 0 through size y. That's 1, and then we do a size that's very similar, but we give it some other give it a big, like something like this, 3 through 5, and then we use those numbers, size, box. Wait, so it would be min through box size max. That's our size. And then we can do one of these loops inside of here to I guess we just do S, and then we can do set tile blah 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 x and y plus p, so p plus this, and then if we're really smart we will also move this down here. Why are you angry with this? Oh, because I have an extra there. And then we subtract half of S. Then this will be like the center of each box. Yeah, this could work. See how it looks. Yeah, this is very close to what we talked about. Five to 10, and then the size here could be like 4. Also, maybe the boxes should be, wait, 45? That's too small or too big. Also, the minimum maybe should be doubled. We get some interesting ones, but mostly not that interesting. So maybe we do like 5, 5, and then we do. Oh, we could center it on a random point instead of a random existing point. Just for fun. See if that works. So instead of picking a random point here, we could do C equals random item in what? In tiles.keys. Shouldn't that work? And then instead of doing that, we will do C minus half. This should make it like weirder, apparently. Yeah. Now it looks a lot more like what I was expecting, except yeah. 10 to 20, that's too big. 4 through 16, too big. 10, too small in this case. We want something that's roughly consistent size-wise. Look like Space Invaders, roughly. Like this is much bigger than that. Like twice the size. It's pretty close to what I thought. Could also try bigger boxes, but fewer, and then larger starting sizes. It's amazing how fast this is. Yeah, this feels about right. I think that this is sort of what we want. They're slightly different, but they're not that different. Yeah. I wonder if the shops are like in the same room like they are right now, or if it's a different thing. Could be just UI, but I liked what we had there for a bit. Okay, so let's say we have this now. How do we actually make it a level? You could do something like this and then like triple the size or something. That would be pretty interesting. Yeah. I don't want things like this too much. I want more squarey things. But the simple solution to that is to have like a scale of everything. And then when we do this, we actually scale these values up by this thing. Come in. Vad är det?
Här har vi det.
Vad är det? Oj, har du gjort?
Skurit också.
Med vad då?
Kniv.
Oj. Ska du säga hej?
Hej hej.
Den ser inte dig riktigt. Jag såg lite.
Hej hej.
Look at this. Hugo has made fruit salad. And he cut it himself. Magic. Alla säger hej Hugo. Nice. This would work, wouldn't it? Not quite. Oh, size. This should be to scale. It's even worse. What? So this is take the thing, multiply it with scale. That's nice. And this is 0 through scale. I don't get why this doesn't work. I could get why this would be weird, but how can this happen? Why? This is the incoming position. We multiply it by scale, that's fine. And then we fill in a square starting at that position plus something. That should work, shouldn't it? Yeah. So tell me, why? Like I'm multiplying p with scale, and then so let's say it's 0, 0. So this becomes 0, and then I would fill in 0, and scale is 2. So 0, 0 will be filled in, and then we'll fill in 0 plus 1 in x, 0 plus 1 in x, in y, and then 0 plus 1 in x and y. And then I set it at 1. It would be 1 times 2 is 2. So it's x and y is, let's say it's only in x. And look at me now doing this with my hand. So it's like 0 plus 1 times 2 is 2. And then I fill in that square. This should work. Am I doing something else wrong? God damn it. Let's do it afterwards instead then. It's actually better for another reason too. So add some comment like fill base area. Fill random boxes. Scale up. Var temp equals this thing. And then we go through all the stuff, and then we set tiles to temp. Or maybe temp should be called like scaled. And then we do like for each var p in dictionary, well, in tiles keys. And then for x through scale. We want to set scaled new vector2 int p.x plus x comma p.y plus y to be tiles p. And this should be times scale. This guy should be 2. Apparently not. What am I missing? I have one of these too many. this is what it is, and then we can scale it like 3 times, and then we can add boxes size like 1 and 3, and then box count. You can see now all the pixels are like in 3. Yeah, this is better. This is better. Let's do 3, 4, 2, 3. This could be bigger, so it looks like pants. I like this. This is close to what we want. 3 maybe. It feels like it doesn't ever go above that line there. And that could be this division here. So now it should be flipped, I think. No, it's still like that. Let's make sure these are rounded, maybe. I don't know if that makes sense, but maybe it does. Doesn't make any sense, or make any difference, I mean. I guess we'll have to live with that. I'm not sure why it's doing this, but it was pretty good. And then 4 times. Three times. 5, 3. Yeah, a little bit of ProcGen floor layouts. Oh, I see. This one can actually be lower because we're mirroring. Mm-hmm. 4-4-4 maybe. Oh, this one's cool. Little pillar there in the center. Cool. So now we have the shape of the rooms. I don't like that this is... Perfect. Let's do this. How do we make the walls now? One idea would be to have tiles. Just randomly put in floor tiles here, spawn them, and then wall tiles that are like auto tiling to whatever shape there is, and then be smart about how we texture them. This way, I guess a tile can only be in three different ways. It could be a straight wall. When I have scale to 2 or higher, it can never be like, yeah, so it's like wall or wall, but it could also be like outside corner and inside corner. Those are the only options that exist. So I can make like 3 different tiles and just spawn them in there. And then we need something that's like outside of the border. Yeah, so we could calculate the border. And I guess the same goes for inside if we want to do a trim layer. We go through, make this a... We don't even have to do that. It's so fast to look up in these dictionaries anyway. We just check, is there anything here? No? Then we set another color there. Should work, right? And then we can like check all the tiles. And all the so we want to check the number var t equals tiles p. If t not equals 0, continue. Otherwise we check all the directions. One of the direction, if there is nothing there, we'll put in a 1 at that point, I guess. So we check if tiles dot contains key p plus d. We continue. Otherwise we set it, so tiles p plus d equals 1. This should draw a border around our thing. But it breaks. Collection was modified. Oh, I see. Cheating, but it's okay. It didn't work. Why? I do set the number to 0, don't I? So the red part is what the base is, and then the green ones are the extensions, I guess. That's fine. Wait. So the current one we're checking, it needs to be these. Now we set this to 3 then. There seems to be some... What does this mean? If tiles contains key P plus B, oh wait, I scale up before I add the border. Then yeah, okay. That's why. There we go, now we have a border around it. But I do think we want the diagonals too, so... Get the, yeah. Not there though. I think we messed up one of them. It should be left. There we go. So in theory, I should be able to create the tiles in Blender now. Mango is weird to eat like this. So I'm thinking, let's just go through and check if any of the neighbors equals 3, then we set R to 4. Almost want to start giving these wait, day 8 out of 3? Wait, did I miss? My parents pick up my kid. Did I miss that? Anyway, I like this. So each of these tiles now, we could do another where we add a border around outside here to have floor, trim, which is like not colliding with anything, it's just visual. And then this is the tilted walls, and then outside we will have some kind of I don't know how to do that. That one can have weirdness. I'm gonna go get something more to drink. Give me a sec. gör vi normalt. Vad sa du? Vad som helst. Jag känns på till då så... I need to have better tape on my keyboard feet. But anyway, so how do we make this work? I do feel a little bit worried about how to make these work. Like the outwards facing things. Especially in cases like this. I could do some kind of pattern matching system, maybe. Oh, it's easy to make. It's not. Well, we can just do this, like. Keep pressing that button. I guess 5 then. Like this. That would be another one. So this way I got the cyan kind of thing as a fade out, whatever. And we can even say if it's 3, if it's not 3 or 5, continue, and then we do this multiple times. So for each, no, not for each, for I equals 0, I is less than, let's say 3. Do this. Should be able to get a thicker border around it. So it's not like detecting where the border would be. It's how do we generate the mesh or something that corresponds to this. Comparing this to the current ungenerated scene, yeah, you can see it pretty clearly here that we have some fade out on the top of each of these things. Maybe I can be smart about how I texture these and that will just work. I'm not sure. My phone, no, it's charging. The next issue also is like, how do we place how do we place spawn points in a reasonable way? But I think we could just like check distances between spawn points and walls. So we like pick randomly, check what's the closest wall, and if that's more than 3 or something, put a spawn point, and then we pick another random one and we check that it's far enough from, yeah, that should work. Wait, that's the wrong one. It's a weird one. Oh, it doesn't matter because the red one is fine. I guess one simple way would be to find the pattern of like a continuous wall. So for each point that's on a wall, I kind of want that this shape in the corners, but we can figure that one out, I think. Yeah, for walls, I think I can... If I pick a wall and then I check like... It's either like... a wall is always pointing down, up, left or right. So I can just check neighbors in one of the directions. See if it's a wall, and then I create like a wall segment. And then for those, this would be pretty simple. For that one it's weirder because it's a diagonal there. Guess maybe it's not that easy. Maybe I don't need these outer cyan wall ones. We can just generate it from this. Because inner corners will always be scale sized. We can find inner corners as a tile sort. Oh, Jake. So that's one thing. And then outer corners will always have scale size. And then we find the... Yeah, that would work, wouldn't it? Look at a few more. No, inner corners can be this too. Yeah. The question is with things like this, what we do here. We could apply different rules, I guess. This is a very complex one, but it doesn't have... Tetris turned to color. No. I think I can get away with a 1 unit border around. And by the way, can this never happen in the... Yeah, it can. I'm torn between like modeling the walls or actually making the mesh. Could you just scale the top one with the center as origin and connect planes between the bottom and top lines? Scale the top one with the center as origin. I could calculate a normal for each line and make it 45 degree if it's like at a corner, and then extend those. I wonder if I'll get like, yeah, I think I'll get overlaps in weird ways. The problem is really just here. That can be 1 or 3 with these settings. But I have another idea. Yeah, auto bordering that is 4 units deep. That's the problem. 1 unit is nice, easy, no problem. In between grid? It's not Alt M, it's Control M. No, it's... Am I pressing the wrong one? There it is. Before we do that, let's copy this one. There's really only 3 alternatives. One of the alternatives are it's a straight wall. And then there is an inner, there's a corner. Is it like this? And then I want a face that looks like this. Face that looks like this. Wait, did I move that one? Don't do that. Face. That one would fit there, yes. And then the last one is like a corner that looks like this. But I have another idea, which is to do it with a mask. But anyways, these should be sufficient enough to do the walls. I think I want the pivots at the center of each. Can I move half a unit some simple way? So I can move a whole unit. These are actually probably pretty exact. Probably let's do this. There we go. Now this one rotates around. This point looks correct. This point looks correct. This point looks correct. Yes. Let's call these good things. This is like so step one would be whenever I place one of these, calculate which tile it should be, rotate them, and so on. So I'll start by creating the tiles. So first of all, make sure we have our pivot set up. Yes, but this one needs to be rotated. And I'm thinking Z should be the direction. So it should be like rotated like this. So now we have our wall here, and it would be positioned like this. The center of whatever it is. And why is it not in the center? It's actually wrong. Yeah, that's obvious. That's correct now. It's not a good angle for me. Okay, so this is our wall. Now we can create a prefab of that. Let's make a copy of it. Maybe put it over here. Copy of it, move it over, and replace the model with like the inner corner. Yep. Should name them wall inner corner. Put it over here, and for now let's do a variant. And then we need another copy. Duplicate, move over, and then it should be wall outer quarter. Looks good. So this one needs to be in there too. Let's make it a variant. It's fine. Cool. So now we can get rid of all that, and now we can build our thing. We don't have destroy utils. Let's make sure we do. I can get those from not this one, but Boomer, assets, scripts, utils, destroy utils. We copy it to the utils folder, and then we have it. And it's like the children. Tab has stopped working. So now the question is, what's the easiest way over here to really need that either. I'm gonna be doing this in 2 steps, just to keep things simple. But in general, I want to count the number of neighbors. How do I do this? So we need to make sure that so the corner tile is 3. So we are only looking at 3s. So now we want to check each directions. So the border tiles are named 3. Then we want to check how this looks. There's a way of doing it with the numbers. So we can have C, set it to 0. And then we check the neighbors in... so if tiles P plus vector2 int right, if that is also a 3, then we do C plus 1, for example. But I want to do something simpler than this. Let's check if it is a wall, then we actually do check the directions, I guess. So is it like this when you rotate 90 degrees? Think it is. So let's draw this in our aphantasia minds. So we have a vector that's this. Oh, that we want to turn into this. I used to be Angular, but it's like 10 years ago, so I don't remember anything. And everything is different, so. So this one is called 1, 0. Now we want to make this, so if we do counterclockwise, we say this one is 0, 1. And if we wanted to make it this, no, if we wanted to make it, yeah, this would be 0, minus 1. So we flip X and reverse it. Swap them and reverse one of them. Yep. So we want to check if D, if P plus D is 3. And P minus D is also 3, and P plus D2, which is rotated clockwise, is not contained. And this minus that is contained. Then we know we have a wall. And we also know which direction the wall is in. We should use D2 to spawn our stuff, so we can instantiate wall at position P plus, well, actually it's new vector 3 P dot X plus 0.5 P dot Y, no, 0 and P dot Y plus 0.5. Yeah, and then rotation is quaternion dot look rotation D2. Okay, so we need to do and then the parent should be transformed. Let's see if this works. We don't have anything to instantiate yet, but we will soon. Floors, wall, inner corner and outer corner. Okay, so these we have to actually check that this exists. That's annoying, but we can do it. Hey, look at that. Sort of first try. They're offset in a annoying way. And I understand why. We shouldn't offset this because we already offset the boxes. Or we should maybe draw the boxes offset too. Or the things that are on the ground there. I mean, it was close to first try, I'd say. Still pretty fast. So now we want to try check if it's a corner. So inner corners will look slightly different. Inner corners should have the direction, say it's, we gotta look. This would be an inner corner, right? Or is this an outer corner? No, this is an inner corner. So this, we would have to check that there is nothing there and nothing there, but there's something there and something there. Hello, Lucifer. I'm working on some prop gen for the levels in robes. So let's make it easy here. So the first, we check that there is something in the direction and there is nothing in the negative direction. And then we need to make sure it's something in the positive D2. And there should be nothing in the negative D2. I think this is what it is, but we'll see. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's not 1 week anymore. Is it positioning them wrongly or... Definitely rotated 180 degrees. But how can it be like 45 degrees? Oh, it sorta looks like... How? First of all, let's rotate this 180. Let's see what happens. Didn't that get saved? Ah. Forgot one thing. But it's still weird. Okay. I rotate the wrong thing. But play won't work. So now it needs to be rotated clockwise 90 degrees. Still. There it goes. Now we got the inner corners set up. We got to do the outer corners. This should be pretty much flipping these, shouldn't it? And rotate them 180. There's some weirdness going on there. Why? I'd go through directions. It's pretty good. I mean, that's it. Now we could fill in outside with like a 1 unit thick wall. These are the ones. This is the one we want. Oh, wait. So check all 8 directions. If it has a neighbor that's, so we only check if it's a 3 or a 5, and then we set this to a 5. I think that's what it is. That's no good. We did something wrong. Vadå?
Men det städar jag ju lilla skafferiet.
Mm.
Och nu har kommit till min största svaghet. Jag ska ställa tillbaka alla lådor.
Mm.
De har aldrig stått. Jag vrider dem på olika håll. Men inget håll går. De kan inte ha varit där.
Tråkigt ändå.
Ja. Nu håller jag på också börja hunger.
Ja, jag bara närmar mig med. Ja. Jack Jake says hello.
Hello. Hello. Jag är inte gäst i mitt eget hem. Eller? Det är min fru.
Almost. She could be. Oh, you used the translator. It's correct Swedish, actually. That's it. That's the full thing. We just need to figure out a way to fade these out. But I have an idea of actually creating a texture that you just put on top and then smoothly interpolate between the different. Yeah, we just draw it as a mask on top, and then that will solve all our problems. Cool, but I think we need to take a break and have some food. It sounds like.
Yes. So we don't die of...
Yeah, the hunger death.
Heter svält hunger? Nej.
Starvation.
Starvation.
Had to think about that for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4, would that be better? Kinda don't like those like little things that run out. But anyway, so let's raid someone. Who should we raid? Tim could use a raid. Incarn does really good work. Let's raid Tim.
Om alla vi som kan vaccinera oss gör det, då är vi ett stort steg närmare att göra det som vi alla har längtat efter så länge. Att gå på fullsatta matcher, konserter och allt annat kul.
Läs mer på folkhälsomyndigheten.se.
Size -1.
Okay, I'll be back in a few hours, maybe one hour, or something like that. Take it easy, people. Thank you for hanging out and just subscribe,
Session
do whatever you need to know when I'm back.
Okay, so
So
session
be nice to
That's
Tim and
beautiful.
hugs and kisses.